Hey everybody, welcome to Transparent with the Townsends Live.
Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Oh, that's just my phone being weird?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It is actually changing on the screen though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, I hope you guys are having a good time. I'm trying to hit the do not disturb because I forgot to put it on.
It's probably too late now.
Oh, well, if you guys hear my phone ring or beep, then whatever. That's what happened last time. Oh, that's a good idea. Look at you being the tech master. Yeah, I'm not super tech savvy. I can do like the basics. So that's how it goes. Anyway, hey, welcome to Transparent Tuesdays with us, the Townsends. If you don't know us, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Robert.
Yep. So for today, our live episode is going to focus on mainly marriage and relationships because that's kind of like what we know to talk about. And really, I think that's how God really wanted us to start this channel, or like why he wanted us to start this channel in the first place. So, yeah, that's going to be our focus for tonight. Cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So I guess, can I start with my question?
Sure.
First?
Let's rock.
All right. If you're new to this, we basically ask each other questions. And a lot of the questions are questions that we get from our friends or, people who watch our channel or our YouTube channel, Transparent with the Townsends. So if you haven't yet, you can check that out over there. So my question for you is, what's something you wish someone would have told you about marriage before you got married?
Okay.
Do you need a second to think?
Yeah, I'm thinking for a second. Okay. So I guess there's a few things. I think the biggest thing I wish someone would have told me is that I guess there's no separation of space.
Oh.
Like
oh.
like, I mean, I guess so it's one of the, so I guess I had to realize like us being married meant like obviously not just that we'd be living in the same space, but like that like everything I had is open to you, and then like same thing with like food, and my clothes, and just my time.
Your clothes?
Yeah.
I don't wear your clothes.
You don't wear my clothes, but like you like critique and look at my clothes, and then like also like you take up a lot of closet space. So like whatever space I thought I had. It's like there's no like it's literally all together, and I have to make compromises sometimes. And so I guess
I don't know if I don't take up that much closet space, because when I think about it, you are literally like you have half of our closet, and you have more clothes than I do, and you have a whole dresser of clothes and piece of our closet.
You have a whole dresser too. Like that's don't make it seem like I'm the only one with a dresser. You have a whole dresser yourself too. But I mean, so okay, it's not really that big a deal. I mean, you take up a lot of the closet, but like I have a whole section that's mine, like kind of compacted. And that's not the biggest thing I'm saying. Like clothes closet, it's not the biggest thing I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I have to.
What are you saying?
I guess what I'm saying is, I didn't really understand as much that, especially me being an introvert and like my own space and stuff like that, like how much, because we came from us dating, right? Mm-hmm. And like we didn't see each other every day. And so it went from not seeing each other every day to seeing each other every single day. And then like, the matter of like, so there'd be like it's moments where it's like you're I'm trying to say
you want to be alone more. He's trying to say he wants to be alone more.
You say sometimes you don't feel like
you don't feel like me being in your space,
right? Like But you know, it is what it is. So you have to.
I live here. I don't know what to do.
Accept that.
Do you need me to leave sometimes?
No, I don't necessarily need you to leave.
Okay.
It's just I feel like there's moments where like.
Well,
we pick moments where like you want to be cuddly at moments I don't want to be, and then I pick moments where I want to be.
Yeah. Touchy feely, and I'm kind of like,
you don't feel like
leave
it.
me
So
alone, please.
it's like the timing just never really works sometimes.
Yeah.
And so in those moments where you're like wanting to be, I may not feel well physically, and I'm just like I don't feel like cuddling because I already know like my arms are gonna fall asleep when we actually. When we cuddle, you fall asleep on my arm, and then my arm falls asleep. And it's uncomfortable, and then it's just like I can't shift too much, because either you wake up and then you be like, "Where you going?" or
And
whatever.
that's the reason why you're not interested in cuddling because your
I'm
arms
not saying I'm not
fall
interested in cuddling.
asleep.
We cuddle, but I'm just saying I find different ways. I'm saying most of the times
Your arms need
like-
more stamina. Okay.
Sure.
Wake them up.
Sure.
Interesting. I didn't know that was going to be your answer. So basically, you need more alone time. People lied to you.
I did not say that.
And the people told you that
I
you were going to have a long time.
to this, but I'm saying
You don't.
no one let me know just how close to the hip your spouse would be most of the time.
I don't know if that's everybody. That might just be me.
That may just be you, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Something to work on. Thank you for that suggestion.
That's not even
Put
like
that-
it's not
put
even
that
like
in
it's
the
not even a thing like right now. I said I've
suggestion
grown.
box.
You said when we first got married. It's been 5 years. Like I've actually gotten past that and grown.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
So you hold this over me, and you talking about like 5
I
years
am
ago.
actually. Later, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you need to be alone? Do you need alone time right now?"
Sure.
Anywho,
What's your
okay.
answer? What is your
What was
answer?
my answer?
Yeah.
Dang, I done forgot the question I asked. Now, what was the question? One thing.
Yes, that somebody you wish somebody would have told you about before getting married.
Okay, one thing I wish someone would have. Oh, darn, I didn't prepare my answer.
I didn't either. That's why that came out.
I know. That's good. It's transparent.
Mm-hmm.
One thing. Ooh, gosh. What do I wish somebody would have told me before I got married? Probably just to be more tolerant, I guess, or accepting. Because I think there were, in the beginning, there were certain things I thought I could, like, change about you. Mm. Just, like, things that I found, like, as pet peeves or something, which I changed none of those things. So I think that would have been important to know. Like, oh, those little pet peeves that you don't like right now? Just get used to them because they're not going to change. That would have been great advice. Like, he's going to keep doing those probably for the rest of your marriage. The rest of your life, he's going to do that.
Don't
so
pray about it.
Just get used to it.
Just pray
Like
about
little things like, well, you talked last week about your little white lies and stuff like that. Like that, I think you have actually gotten better. And that wasn't because of me or anything. But like, like the little things like you dropping your clothes on the side of the bed. Like as soon as you wake up and get undressed in the morning, like, oh, they just go right on the side of the bed. And I'm like, there they are again on the side of the bed instead of in the hamper.
It goes in the hamper eventually.
Where they belong. Mostly because I put them there.
No.
Yes.
Literally, as soon as I come out the shower, it goes in the hamper when I get dressed. So it's not even like it's there that long.
Sometimes, yes. I'll agree for sometimes on that. But yeah, I think that would have been nice to know. Like, hey, just get over it. Get used to it. Get over it. Not going to change. Yeah. Oh, also, I had actually another question because my question was like a two-parter. Mm-hmm. So my other question is to you, what is the best advice that you ever received about marriage? Like the best advice.
Don't go to sleep angry.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I like that. Sorry, I'm pushing this thing so I can see.
You want to just pick it up?
No. Yeah, that's good. Do you think that we do that? Like, have we ever gone to bed mad?
I think there's been maybe a few times it's happened, but we've done a good job, I think, of like not letting that be a habit or not letting that become something that is consistent that happens. Like, we do a good job, I think, of, like, addressing the fact, like, I'm angry. Let me let you know I'm angry. Let's work this out right now because we're angry and I don't want to go to bed angry. Most of the times, I think we don't even go into, like, the sun setting in us being angry.
Yeah.
I think it's usually, like, we'll be angry in, like, midday, afternoon. Not that we schedule this stuff. It just kind of happens that way sometimes. Where, I think we have, like, a biological clock to be like, all right, cool, let's resolve this now. Because I feel the day closing.
I think it just feels uncomfortable to, like, be angry for long periods of time. And I just don't feel like doing that, to be honest.
I don't know, I feel like we have quicker resolutions when we're angry in the afternoon. And then, like, just feel night approaching. It's like, I don't want to be angry long. Yeah. Versus, like, if we're angry in the morning, like, it might take longer to resolve it at times. Not all the time. Sometimes it's quick resolutions there, too. But sometimes I have seen it where it works out that way.
Maybe so.
I think we just ingrained it, like, we got to resolve this. And it's gotten better when we resolve quicker and quicker, so.
Push a button.
We should.
I don't know. I was looking to see if that was the same button.
Yes.
The screen looks different than before, so I don't know what happened. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. I think probably my best advice would have probably been the advice that your mom gave us, which was not to let anybody in your marriage. Mm-hmm. Only thing about that is that then God was like, actually, you're going to let everybody in your marriage. But it was good advice because I took it to heart for like so many years. Like there were just certain things that I was like, this doesn't involve anybody else. Or, you know, like I think the good part about that is not complaining to your spouse about other people. Mm. And I think that was the best thing that I took from it because you might want to be like, oh, he's doing this or, like, I just wish he would do this. But I don't think, like, that's really beneficial to anything. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're not actually talking to your person first. Right. Like, if me telling my friends how he's acting and I don't like it, me not talking to him is not going to help anything. So I think that was the part that I took to heart from it. Because, well, no, because we were very private, I think, in the beginning of our marriage. And certain things we just didn't talk about to other people. And until now, honestly. And that was really because God was like, no, share. Yep. You're going to share now.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I think it was something I was watching I thought was really interesting that connects to what you just said. It was talking about if you do have anybody in your corner that you are going to talk about your spouse with, you have to make sure that it's people who are in your spouse's corner, mm-hmm. and not it's people who are going to just pump you up. Like, oh, you know, they did this. Oh, see, that's why you don't need to be doing around them. That's like bad, you know, situation versus like you talking and then be like, why are you talking about your spouse like that? Like, you know, y'all been together for a while. These things are very great, blah, blah, blah. You should, you know, work things out. You should, you know, go ahead and talk to them. It sounds like you guys aren't communicating. Why don't you go ahead and have that conversation and communicate with them? And, you know, you guys be transparent, work stuff out, get past the argument. Like, guys brought you guys together, you know.
A good confidant, basically.
Right. Somebody who's going to
encourage you, boost you.
They're going to work towards being a peacemaker and a reconciler versus somebody who's going to be an instigator to bring division. Or help bring division, because if you're already leaning towards it, you want somebody who's going to be a reconciler versus somebody who's going to pump you up in your decision to make dumb decisions.
Yeah, not good, not helpful. Need a cheerleader for your marriage.
Yes, there you go, cheerlead the marriage.
Good cheerleading friends. Okay, well, cool.
So my question was, if our marriage was a movie. Kind of interesting because we, you know, had the whole movie theme for our marriage,
for a
wedding. Yes. Mm-hmm. If our marriage was a movie, what genre would it be?
I need to think about that. You're gonna have to answer that first, because I have no clue.
Okay.
First, I have to think about the actual movie genres. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll think you can answer them.
So the first genre that came to mind, I'm not sure if this actually fits fully. I think I think it does, but I'm not sure fully. First genre that came to my mind was romantic comedy. Just because I think our story is very, not fairy tale in a sense, but very much like all these sequence of events happening that, you can tell the hand of God is on it.
They're funny. Are they funny?
It is a little bit funny when you look back in hindsight. And then also, it's also very romantic. And then also, a lot of people, and you talked about how, like, me writing poetry and all that stuff for our wedding is very romantic. And the different things that we've done. But also, I think it's very comedic, especially in hindsight when it comes to different missteps in different things. Like, for example, my being stupid with asking dumb questions like, would you wait for me?
Well, you want to have that conversation right now? That
whole blow-up situation that happened.
Well, you might want to tell the people.
I had in my mind, around the time I was already planning to propose, wanted to get reassurance for myself, even though we'd already been together for a long time. I already had a discussion about, what she would say when we got married, or when I proposed, that she would say yes. But I was, I guess, wanting that last minute, like, yes, I love you, yes, I'm here for you forever, stupid fantasy in my mind, romantic.
I don't feel like you're telling the story well.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying in my mind. Let me build it. This is what I was thinking in my mind.
I don't think you're sharing the story so they understand it.
Okay, we had been together for 3 years. 2 years.
Probably 2 years.
2 years, and we already had a discussion about getting married. I was going.
He had bought the ring already.
She did not know
he
that.
already had the ring.
She did not know that. See, this is.
I didn't know.
Let me tell the story.
Okay.
So we already had a discussion about proposal. She was already expecting it that year, and the year was coming to its close. So it was already December. I had already bought the ring, but she did not know that. Why do you keep interjecting?
I'm sorry, because I feel like you're not telling the important part. The important part was he has said that I had asked, hey, like, is it your intention to propose to me by the end of the year? And he had said, yes. We're going to be engaged by the end of the year. Okay, there you go. Sorry. That was crucial.
I said that, but she wanted to make that especially clear.
Because it was very important.
Anyway, so this is like early December, and I decided, I was like, I want this reassurance question, so I'm just going to ask, dumbest question I've asked in my life. So I came to her, and I was like, hey, babe, if I didn't pop the question this year, I don't think that's even what I said. It's kind of general like that. Like, if it didn't happen this year, would you wait for me? In my mind, I was expecting, like, a yes, I love you, I'll wait for you, I'm here with you forever type dumb stuff. I don't even know why I was imagining that. So it went total left field where Crystal blew up. And, I saw the angry side of Crystal. And looking back on it now, it is a little bit comedic on the levels of it. So I think it's kind of interesting.
Comedic?
I can laugh at it now.
I found nothing funny. Nothing funny. That was more like a horror movie. Or it may be like, okay, I'm being dramatic.
I feel like if that was actually shown in an actual movie, I feel like not necessarily that we would find it hilarious, but that people watching would find it hilarious.
Perhaps. I think, I was so upset. Like, it was such a massive, like, we almost broke up. I was making plans of what was going to happen, like what my life was going to look like if we weren't together anymore. I think I texted my sister, was like, hey, you want to move to Atlanta? I was planning to relocate. I was going to go overseas and just resume my entire life before you were in it. I was about to be a free agent out here. But it was because you had told me, like, you had made this kind of promise to me. Mm-hmm. And for me, like, I had always known you as someone whose word was bond. Mm-hmm. So it was like, oh, if he said it, he's going to do it. And then you were kind of like, yeah, so if I don't do it, is that okay? And I was like, what? After a whole year of us going back and forth, like, oh, okay, so we're going to get married. Like, we're going to get engaged by the end of the year. And you were always like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And the year was literally on its way out. He waited till the last month in the year and then wanted to ask me in the last month in the year if I would wait for him. And I was like, so I didn't say no. I was basically like, yeah, but.
You did not say no, yeah, but anyway.
I did. I was like, yeah, but. And I didn't say it like that. I wasn't nice about it. That was for sure. Like, I was pissed. But, yeah, I don't know. That feels more like it could have been like a murder story. Which, it could have been like again, Snaps, like an episode of Snaps.
I feel almost like I said, it's kind of like a romantic comedy, and not necessarily us, but like how it could have been perceived or viewed by people.
In the extreme version.
Yes.
Of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed. I don't know. What genre would I pick?
Superhero.
Who is the superhero in the story?
Go ahead, do you. Pick your answer.
Now I'm trying to actually think if it could be a superhero movie, but I don't think so. I don't know. I would probably pick like a one of those independent dramas. I don't know if that's a genre.
Drama.
Yeah, like those indie films. Like I don't know.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, but not as epic because Slumdog Millionaire was such an epic movie.
Say Our Life Isn't Epic?
So good. Well, okay, yeah, sure. Like, we have this epic love story. Oh, like The Notebook? Or, yeah. What genre is that? Romance?
I guess.
Romance, romantic drama. Yeah, I like that. That fits you. Like, you fit a very romantic drama character type. Okay. Because, you write poetry, you're very romantic, and I'm probably romantic comedy. Because I'm awkward and hilarious at the same time sometimes. So
that's what people say.
And also over dramatic. So yeah. That's a good question. I like that question. You want to do one more or what? What are we gonna do?
Sure. What's the time we at?
I think we got a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay. One more question. That's right.
All right. Let's say. Serious question, kind of. What would you say makes and I only asked this question because somebody on my Facebook feed had posted this, mm-hmm. and there were like a lot of comments under it, and I was like, oh, this is a good question. And I don't think I told you about it, so I don't know your answer. What would you say makes a marriage successful? Mm-hmm. And part 2, I guess, would be for us. Would you say our marriage is successful?
I think what makes a marriage successful, mm-hmm. I would have to say, is when 2 people can put the other's needs before their own. When they can be unselfish in the marriage and submit and surrender to one another and surrender their marriage to God.
That's good. So, like, servanthood?
Yes.
Or, like, well, I don't want to say sacrifice, I guess. Well, marriage is kind of compromise, I guess. But, like, you're saying, like, service.
Yeah. So, like, when you, the other person's best interests are your highest priority. Well, under God.
That's a good answer. I like it. I agree. It definitely wasn't my answer. Like, so in the comments on the post, I put God just because God created marriage, mm-hmm. and also because I think God can turn even the most unsuccessful of marriages into a successful marriage. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you may have all these issues and stuff in your marriage, but God can heal that and fix that. But on the other, I guess, more, I don't want to say practical side, but like, I think probably under God, one of the top things that make a marriage successful would probably be communication.
Yeah.
Just because it's hard to be with somebody and like get to know someone and like continue to get to know someone and like build a relationship and trust and love and intimacy and all those things you need in a marriage if you don't communicate. Like if you don't talk to them or any like type of serious level, or if you don't care about, you know, their opinions, or I don't know, just who they are. Like, you know, what'd you do today? Like, oh, I'm interested in you. I think that's probably hard to have a marriage or a successful marriage.
True.
Yeah.
True. I mean, I think if you look at scripture and like biblical support for things, you know, the marriage is an institution created by God. And it's also a reflection of our relationship to Christ. And Paul talks about it as far as like, you know, women, like wives submit to their husband, but husbands, you know, love your wives as Christ loves the church. So in a sense, like, and so Jesus came not to be served, but to be served. Serve others. Mm-hmm. So, and he says, the greatest of those is those who serve everyone else. They're the least. So, I think that's why I say like service is definitely important, and surrendering to one another, submitting to one another, because when you are in that active state of continual service, because Christ came to serve us, and then we're supposed to be conformed and transformed to the image of Christ. So then that means that we're called to be servants to other people, and basically servant to him too. So as we serve one another, he serves us and we serve him. Same thing as far as in a marriage, husbands and wives should serve one another. It only becomes like it should be an equal service to one another. Now, I guess you come into like roles and aspects of things where, you know, the whole, I think people take it too far, I think, where, you have it where a lot of people look at it as like the husband doesn't do as much service and he's like head of the house and stuff like that. But I look at head of the house more as my responsibility to God to make sure our house is in alignment with his will. So I'm responsible for the spiritual health of our house, and that's really just me being an example. And part of me being an example is, yet again, service. So am I being a good example of service by serving you, by walking out and being disciplined and doing the things I need to do in my own personal relationship with God, by submitting myself to him. And so it's really just a cycle of service and submission.
Ooh, I like that. The cycle of service. Marriage. Should write a book about that.
Sure.
Good answer. You smart. All right. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. I think so.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in with us. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. And as always, if you guys have more questions that you want us to answer, or like just anything you want to comment on and stuff like that, we like to hear from you. So you can leave a comment, or you can DM us, or whatever. Yep. The social media things. Yep. You know how to find us.
Yep. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for being part of our transparent community. And feel free to stay tuned with us for future lives and YouTube series videos coming out.
Yeah, and we hope you guys have had a Happy New Year. I don't know if I said that earlier.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah. 2024.
Let's get it. Have more in 2024.
More in 2024. I'm still vibing with less is more in 2024.
Outpour
for me.
in 2024. Let's go.
Yeah.